Good morning, Rodney, and whoever else is watching this. I love you, Rodney. And I love you too, whoever's watching this. I know that sounds cheesy or whatever, but I want to love everybody. Even the people that don't like me. Doesn't mean I have to like them. I just have to love everybody. Sounds like a weird concept, doesn't it? It is a weird concept. That's a fake it till you make a concept for sure. So today's Just for Today was about embracing reality. And so I go on these videos and I talk about what's going on with me. You know, reality. You know, like, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok and all that stuff, and I'll have people reach out to me. I don't know if they're people or not. You know, I get made fun of for talking to advertisers or whatever the hell it is, AI. I did that. I was on Threads and I was talking to AI for a minute, and then all of a sudden all these other AIs reached out to me and everybody thought it was funny. But if I don't talk about this kind of stuff on these videos, then I'm not being real with myself, and I'm not being real on these videos. See, I was in a relationship and it ended not the way I wanted it to, and it should, you know, like, I could sit here and say it shouldn't have happened, but it did. And I wanted to hold on to it for so long that I was willing to accept that somebody would reach out to me as a fake account just so I could hold on to it. You know, and I realized that that's not, if somebody is going to reach out to me, they will reach out to me exactly as them. And if anybody's willing to reach out to me as something else, then I don't want that in my life. That's toxic. And that's me being toxic, accepting that. And what it does is it creates me to hold on to something that I shouldn't be holding on to. Let it go. Let it go. I didn't want to, you know. But the fact of the matter is, why would I ever want somebody in my life that would be okay with me wanting that? That's the real question. Embracing reality means what's real, not embracing fantasy. And I lived in fucking fantasy land for far too long. You know, to the brink of insanity. That's insanity, really. Doing the same thing over again, expecting a different result. You know, and some of these things ask me for money, to the point that I would consider sending money to somebody who doesn't want nothing to do with me, just so they're okay, just so they can have a vape or food or whatever. No. Letting go means letting go completely. So, another moment of growth. And I had to come to the realization that the conversation I'm probably having is with something completely different. Doesn't mean like block everything. I can talk to anybody and share a message of recovery, share a message of hope and strength, and just have boundaries, you know. And that's what I need to be like, more like. I just didn't want to let go. I was hoping that maybe there's just a small chance that this person still wanted to communicate with me and this is the best way that they could. But that's not healthy for anybody, especially me. All it does is have me hold on to something and it lingers, and then in the evening I'm like, you know, not doing the things I need to do. What's important is taking care of these kids, as somebody once told me, or somebody told me yesterday, and just focusing in on getting myself like this. They're right. I'm wrong. And if I'm going to say I'm not doing that kind of thing, then I'm lying to myself and to others, and I'm not being impeccable with my word. So it ends today. And what ends today is that whole idea of that. Doesn't mean that if somebody reaches out, I'm going to be like, nope, I don't think you're real. Bye. I'm smart enough to know what's real and what's not. Sometimes we let our heart lead us and it takes over for our head, and we need our head. Our heart will guide us to do kind gestures and be good to people. Don't shut that off. I won't shut that off. But letting that control my thought process is unmanageability, and it's chaos. And there's no good intention behind it other than I want to hold on to something that doesn't exist anymore. So that's where I'm at now. And these videos are for me to check in and show where I'm at. I came to that realization this morning. And I thought to myself, how much do you respect yourself, Rodney? How much do you respect your last name? If somebody is my friend, and not that it matters what other people think, but I want people in my support system, people that are in my life, that when I look at them, they don't do those kind of things. So if I want to be in their lives, I shouldn't do those kind of things. And if I want friends, I need to learn how to be a friend. And that means within myself. What am I willing to accept? What am I willing to let in my life? What am I willing to bring to people's lives? Does the unmanageability sound very similar to using drugs? Absolutely. Absolutely. If I'm not willing to accept that that's like a drug to me, sure, it ain't dope, but it's dopamine. Talking to this person gave me such a high level of dopamine, it replaced dope. To the point where I'd stay up till 4 a.m. just to have a conversation. Now, I know that that's not good for me. And even if it felt good, and it put me in a place where I felt good, it's not good for me. And if they don't think it's good for me, and they're like, man, this guy needs sleep and he just wants to talk to me, and I'll talk to them anyways because he wants to talk to me, then they're enabling my bad behaviors. And I don't want that in my life either. And I have to realize that. Things are going to come into my life, and people are going to come into my life the right way. And those are the things that I'll accept. If a person wants to reach out to me, they have to reach out to me as them, if I want them in my life. You know, the mystery and all that other stuff, it's not being impeccable to myself and to others. If I can't tell other people in my circle of friends that, hey, I'm having a conversation with somebody that I think might be somebody, like my sponsor or my support system, because I know the answer is going to be like, yo, what are you doing, man? Why are you doing that? Then I shouldn't be doing it. I heard this a long time ago in the car business from an old manager. Why is my heated seat on? Sorry. Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. My head's all over the place. I got a heated seat on when I need the AC seats. Anyways, then I shouldn't be doing it. If you have to think about it, you shouldn't be doing it. That's what I've heard once. And that is how I run my business. You know, and when I say run my business, this is my philosophy. If you ever want to sell cars, that it's your business. You represent a company, but that's your business. They provide all of the product, they provide you a desk and all of the tools. You don't have to pay for that like a person who works in real estate who has to do that. You don't have to pay for any of that. You get to come in, clock in for L&I, because you know they make you clock into this business now, and then it's your business. It's your responsibility to make the calls, the emails, the text messages, the videos. It's your responsibility to manage the time that you have when you're there. It's your responsibility to acknowledge, am I doom scrolling, and is it making money for the company? More importantly, is this going to help pay for my bills? Is this going to help feed my kids? Is this going to help better me for the next deal? Am I working hard enough till when I get that next client, I'm ready to go? Right? And talent does nothing. And I'm talented, but grind does everything. Now, when you can when you can combine the two of them, then you have a workhorse. But talent, You can only get so far in talent, and your check will only be this much. If you want your check to be this much, it's the grind, it's the extra whatever. It's just like going to the gym. It's that extra set. It's that extra workout. It needs to be applied in all areas of my life. And how I apply them is through my program, using spiritual principles. Right? When I'm with that person, I know if this is the right thing or the wrong thing. Do I do it? Do I want to share about it amongst strangers, even if it's work related? You know? No, I don't want to live like that in my life. I don't want that in my life. So unmanageability is all areas of my life, including if I'm talking to somebody thinking there's somebody else, just so I can hold on to the idea that this person wants to talk to me. And what that does is it opens up the door for other things to come in. I mean, this could be somebody fucking around with me. They're laughing and they're taking screenshots and sending it to everybody. It could be that. Do I even want that thought in my life? No. It's pathetic. I almost used the wrong word. No shameful words to talk bad about me. Everything happened exactly the way it happened, and everything is happening exactly the way my higher power intended to. So I don't have to beat myself up for this. This is part of my journey, and it's part of my story. It's building me to be a better me. So it all had to happen, and it's all happening the way it has to happen. So, knowing that, when I talk to people, it's not this level of paranoia of like, who am I talking to? And if I don't like the conversation, dead it. If I can help somebody, great. I have to ask myself with every single person I come across, what are my intentions behind this? Can I do a daily inventory at the end of the day to say, hey, was this healthy for you or was it not? And I need to focus more on that. I keep telling myself that I'm not on step 10 yet, so I can just fuck around. And that's not the case. I can't. I don't want to get to step 9 and I still got all kinds of shit to put in step 4. And if you don't know what that means, then go into a meeting and figure it out. I'm upset with myself. I let myself get to a point. It's okay to be vulnerable, but it's not okay to be open for attack. And it's not okay. Like, I need to protect myself. Every time I do something to where it's going to keep me stagnant in my growth, I'm not benefiting myself. I told myself, okay, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. This is not whatever it takes. This is just creating more storms, and storms I didn't want in my life anymore. Right? And the bottom line is because I was lonely, or am lonely. And lonely doesn't fucking cut it. Until I can be like good within myself, where I can really be good within myself, and I can truly look in the mirror and say, I'm good with myself. I don't need to be fucking dealing with this. And the good news is I have. So I've got this like perspective over it. And that's okay. I get so worried about sharing this kind of thing because people will look at me and laugh. There's another thing to attack. You know, I was so scared of social media that I said, okay, I'm going to attack it. I'm going to go on social media and do all this stuff. One bad fucking post and then all of a sudden I'm in my head. If I don't like that, then I shouldn't be doing this. That's the bottom line. And putting myself in a situation to where it's like, well, I'll just deal with it. No. You're going to fucking fight through it if you want to do this. And I don't think you should stop doing this. Because I think it's helping you. You're learning. You know, it's not like I'm sponsoring myself, but I am. But I'm not doing, sponsor helps me through the steps. This is not sponsorship, so I don't have to look at like every area of my life I'm sponsoring myself. But just another check-in where I'm at today. I love myself enough to care about myself and put this on here, so I don't have to next week and the week after and the week after continue to go through this. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. So I'm here and I'm ready. I'm fired up. I had a good start to my day. Even though I woke up a little late, it's all good. It all worked out. Kids got to school. I got to take them to a place where they make donuts like this big. You know, I got to laugh with them, get them off to school. They didn't even get a tardy mark because it was only a few minutes late. And I got to watch Lucy be cute and Grayson be cute and got to still put in the workout that I needed to put in, and do this check-in that I'm doing today. And now I get to go into work and give this my all. And when I'm at work, if it's costing me money, I probably shouldn't do it. And anything that's not work related is probably costing me money. The hardest part for me with work is being in my hula hoop. You know, if I can't use my 5 senses, it doesn't need to be in that fucking building. Can I see it? Can I hear it? Can I taste it? Can I touch it? Can I smell it? If I can't do any of those things, that shit doesn't exist at work. I've been letting fucking external things come into the office way too long. It's costing me a deal. Even if it costs me one deal, that's $250 at minimum. And would I pay $250? There's the real question. Would I pay $250 to have that enter my head? Like if I was asked, hey, do you want to deal with this bullshit? It's going to cost you $250. I don't need the $250 right now. Fuck no. So why am I doing that? And it's costing me more than that. So enough is enough. I love myself enough to put this shit on the internet. And if you're watching this and I don't know you, I love you. I know that sounds fucking weird. But I like when people tell me that, and I like when I hear it on these videos of other of my fellow friends saying it, because I need to hear that too. I need to hear it all the time. I need that, and so I'll give that, because we keep what we have by giving it away. So let's all just fucking kill it today. Let's go in there. Let's own the day. Let's seize the day. Carpe Diem does not have to be climbing a fucking mountain and swimming with sharks. It can be staying clean and fucking going to work and making it happen, and then getting off and then coming home and fucking taking care of your kids. Coming home and fucking working some steps. Carpe Diem can just be seizing your shit today. And so let's do it together. You got this, I got this, I think, I hope. But just for today, right? I don't have to worry about tomorrow. Just today. All right, that's it. I love you. Bye.